welcome back to The Child's View. I'm Sharon Brown. These are my colleagues Becky Roth and Bernadette Towns, and we're here today to talk about how to engage children with activities at home without spending a whole lot of money. And as a preschool teacher, I didn't have a lot of money, and what I did, I spent on my classroom.
Yes.
And so I also have parents who want to do things with their children, but also don't want to spend a lot of money. One of my favorite books is called Beryl's Box, and Beryl likes the boxes of things. And if you've ever had a Christmas with children, they throw the toy out and they want the box.
That's true.
And so I don't like to spend a lot of money on things, but I want activities that will engage children in all of their developmental domains, cognitive, social, emotional, creative, and physical. So we're going to talk about some things here today. I've got some things. You guys have probably got some ideas as well.
Yes.
So I want to just start out, first of all, with the rubber ducky, the basic rubber ducky that most of you have in your bathtub. So they're wonderful little bath toys, but even better for those fine motor skills, make sure that you allow the kids to take these other places and squeeze them.
Oh.
And this is the same muscle set that's going to be needed for riding. So this is a pre-riding.
Yes.
It's a pre-riding skill, and it's playing with the rubber ducky. I have
love
rubber
it.
duckies, I have rubber
Where
frogs.
did you get that?
Well, I got it at the Dollar Tree, and it actually comes in a set of 3.
Woo! How cool.
So yeah, so cool. And I have frogs as well. But think about this. Anything that a child can do this with.
Oh, like with these?
Pencil.
Oh, how many of you have these at home? Yes, yes, yes. Just fill it with water. Don't have to have anything in it. Just let them spray it like
Yes.
this. I prefer the water because then they can see what's coming out of it. So
Right.
sometimes I'll put paper out, but just the newspaper that we were going to throw away anyway. And sometimes I let them spray the house.
Yep.
My
just
grandsons absolutely
Plants,
love this.
sidewalks,
Plants,
their bodies.
plants, absolutely.
Great water play.
So just another, remember, we're working on the development of children. It's not an activity to keep them busy.
Right.
It's an activity with a purpose. It's got intention. So spray bottles with that. I just love that.
Well, the other thing is, all of this is fun, but we're also working on pre-academic skills that
Exactly.
there's a lot of worry over, but in the process they're having fun and it's cheap.
But you know,
and it's
before
play.
you can get to things like reading, you have to do this. We have to do this. You start with your babies. Start with babies. Once they get to a point, these nice little loofahs that we all use, and I tried to get nice bright ones, but babies don't need to do anything except put them in
Right.
and take them out.
Yep.
But the language that you can get with this, you can put them in and you can say, oh, it's full. And then when you empty it out, you can say, it's empty.
Yes.
So we're building vocabulary
Yes.
at 6 months. It's
wonderful.
amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing.
And motor skills,
And then-
eye-hand coordination. So
How many
much.
of you guys have either one of you had pools? Do you have a pool? Have you ever seen a pool noodle?
Yes.
Oh yes, this used to be a pool noodle.
You cut it?
Absolutely. Cut it with a bread knife. Cuts really easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so at this time of year too, getting fall, all the
Yeah.
summer
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
so
everything's on sale.
I go, back to my favorite store and buy things. And I cut them for just the little guys, little 3-year-olds. And this is a paper towel holder. I don't know if you guys have paper towel holders at home. We
Right.
certainly do. But they fit right on there.
That is
So now we
so
have eye-hand
cool.
coordination. Get that kindergarten or that first grader who's really working on patterns. So now we can do patterns, AB pattern, ABB patterns, any of those patterns that those kids are working on. Counting skills as well. You can count, you could write on these the numbers, they could count. So very versatile toy. Kids love it. They love the feel of it. It's squishy. They love that. I love that as well. Let's see. Oh, you know, you can buy those fancy boxes that you pull things out of. They're covered with material. They're secret boxes. Yeah, like $30.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I got my canister right here. Inside my can, I can do lots of things. First of all, with my littlest guys, I'm going to use something that's big enough for their little fine motor skills. And I just cut a hole in the top, and they just put them in. it seems like something that's very simplistic. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Very simplistic, but we can also add different things. Here's some erasers that I just happen to have around the house. And then this is even a harder one. And I might use this with a water bottle as well, but a cotton swab and putting it in. So anything that they can just put in, because that is very important for that eye-hand coordination, perceptual depth, all of those types of things that we want to look at. What do you think?
But bigger
Yeah, I love
items
it.
for smaller children, smaller items can be for bigger children.
Absolutely. You
because
have
don't-
to always be careful of that. But this type of activity is going to be supervised. This is not something you're going to leave your child with
Right.
anyway.
Right.
Because
Right.
this is that engagement. They're looking
Yeah.
for you to engage with them, so do that.
While you're showing us all these things, I think that it's really important to stress the fact that you are doing these specific activities with the child.
the
These
child.
are not independent activities. These are
Right.
things that you're playing with them, and that is the engagement piece. You know, I had done a workshop once on engagement, and I asked the parents. I said, if I'm at the park and I'm sitting on the bench and the child is coming down the slide, am I engaging with the child? And half the class said, yeah, you are, right? And I said, no. I said, you have to be at the end of the slide catching them. That's engaging with the
Yeah,
child.
exactly.
And so I think that that's the important
Exactly.
piece with anything that you use.
Anything that you're
Right.
using with children.
Well, and the
anything.
vocabulary, you miss all of that. If you're not with them, you can't talk about going up
Right.
the stairs and down the
Yes.
slide and on your
Right,
bottom
right.
and
Yeah.
feet on the sand. I mean, you know, all of
Another,
those
another really
words.
good one, and you can do this with a
scarves.
tissue box as well. It's just pulling things out because this is a very, and it can be any kind of material.
Now,
Another
where'd you
one-
get these? These are very cute.
Yeah, they are cute.
Dollar Store?
Don't tell me.
No, actually, I bought these at a fabric store, and I just
Okay.
bought it by the yard, and
And
it's
then
that
just clip it.
material that
It's
does
nice.
not fray. So I just zipped off with
Pieces.
yeah, just zipped off some pieces.
Alright.
So I
But
went
you
to
could probably use scarves. If
Oh, you
want
can use
Right.
scarves, yeah. If you
Right.
have a grandma
Yard
at home, you know.
sale. Yeah.
My mother used to do that thing with the scarf. You know that thing. This thing.
Oh yes,
You know that
yes.
thing. She
Yeah,
used
that
to do
thing.
that. So I have all my mom's
thing.
old scarves.
Nice.
But this is actually this is belly dancing material.
Oh, okay.
So we'll put that
Well.
back. Something you might have at home for children to sort
Okay.
are hair ditties.
Oh.
So elastic hair bobs, and you can have them sort those into bowls or cups or anything that you have at home. Again, you're going to supervise this and watch these because we
Right.
don't want them to put them in the mouth.
Right.
Anything you're working with a baby shouldn't be any smaller than
Toilet paper.
that toilet paper roll or that paper towel roll. So think about that.
Yes.
So sometimes our babies also, they're fascinated. We all are fascinated with those timers. Babies love these too. So if you're going to use a water bottle, remember that lid must be glued on. But this is just a wave in a bottle. It has a little oil. I prefer to use baby oil because it's clear, but you could use any oil that you wanted. Water of any color that you want. And then it just makes that nice little rolly.
a
And
little soothing
it
too.
is
huh?
very
It's
soothing, I think.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Preparation for
And then
mindfulness.
a different variation, same bottle, same glue on the top, but this one has corn syrup and water in it, and then it has some items suspended in that, and then when they turn it over, they can see them coming down. So you could put just about anything in there that you want. I happen to have marbles in these, but again, anything. These are just will fascinate.
Sharon, have you ever made them like and just put tape and was it not successful?
Tape's
or-
not successful because at some point in time, that little piece of tape is going to come off. What I do is I use super glue on the lid first, and then because this one has this big nice lid as well, and then I run a bead of hot glue around it,
glue.
so it's double glued.
Okay.
Nice.
And I like the thicker bottles. Now, you've also seen these, I'm
Right.
sure, with
Right.
rice.
I like this though. You're right.
I like that one. I like this one because it also makes the crunchy noise. But again, that lid is always glued. But you can suspend things in here. I made some of these for my grandsons, and I put the alphabet in there, the little
Wow.
alphabet sequence. And so then they're turning it over and they're finding the letters. And I ask them as I'm engaged, see if you can find a K. you know, and they're like this,
Nice.
and it keeps them very busy. So, and then I always like to use also little balls of different kinds. Just real cheap little balls that we can use with that, and then of course dog toys if you
Which
loving
we've been
the
playing
dog
with,
toys, you
yes.
love them. But these are wonderful baby because they're textured, and it's so important to develop that sense. And then if you have that lime, lemon, orange press, what a wonderful thing to make hair with out of Play-Doh. You can also use a garlic press as well. So you don't have to have those fancy things. I'm not fancy. And then I'm big on sensory. So this is a sensory bag. This one absolutely, I would never ever put it out unless it's totally supervised.
Right.
But this one has hair gel in it with glitter.
Oh,
And you could do the same thing if you were worried about the toxicity of the hair gel. If you used cornstarch, sugar, and water, and you cook it up, and it makes almost
jelly.
like a gel, and then put it in there, and duct tape. 2 times duct tape, and then I would tape this on the floor. This isn't
we did
something that a child is going to pick up and carry around
Right.
because it'll go in their mouth.
Yes.
Right.
But
They can feel it.
it's
They can
wonderful on the
squish it.
table or the floor. Those pre-writers, then they can make their letters in it, especially if you had colored gel, if I'd have colored this.
We've used
So-
toothpaste. Toothpaste
Yes,
is cool too.
Toothpaste
Different
is
colors of
really cool
toothpaste, yeah.
as well. So you just want to watch what you're putting in the
Right.
bag so that it doesn't poke holes.
And
so,
the freezer bags are thicker, and you can use the smaller, like the quart size
Yes.
too, if you want to do 3 or 4. Or,
But it's like
tape it down.
for young children who are learning to write,
Yeah.
they can use their finger and they can create what I've done in my classroom with this was put the letters on the table, put the bags over, and then the children
Tracing it with
trace
their
it,
hands.
and
How
they can
fun.
see
Yeah.
the black letter coming through. So just a few things that you can do at home. Cost very, very little, and it will allow you to spend great time with children. Make sure you're always looking out for safety and you're engaging with those children. Thank you for watching The Child's View. I'm Sharon Brown with my colleagues. We hope to see you soon.